Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be a bit of a look up through these shelves here. Shelf 1, Shelf 2 is over there. So way back when, my original shelves for these movies was in a small bedroom, which I'll show you a picture of now. It's great to have all the movies at hand, but the only problem was that most of the movies, apart from them, were in the cupboard. Now you had to open the cupboard up, they were like, 3 or 4 deep. Just a bit of a disaster, and you just literally forget what you had. Now the best thing about these shelves is I've got literally everything at hand. So what I'll do now is I'll show you some photographs that I took in 2019 when I originally built these shelves. So you'll see about a minute's worth of the sort of behind the scene shots that I got for these shelves. Now what you'll notice in the pictures and also the video, you'll notice that over there, if I can show you, in that sort of bit there that's not got any movies in at this point, there is there was a hole in the wall. So in the bathroom that's there was a boiler in there, and that obviously it sort of heated up and it expanded this wall here and cracked it. So what I had to do is I had to either take the whole wall down, which was going to be a nightmare, or to take the bit of the wall out and put this bit of hardboard in and brace the wall with these quite nifty plugs. They're going like a screw, but they've got a disc in it, and they can kind of fit the plaster and like draw it back to the wall. I urge anybody who's trying to get a wall to like the plaster to sit back on the original wall, get these plugs. Anyway, this isn't a DIY show. So the shelves took about 3 to 4 days to make, and they were quite easy. Well, it must have been easy if I've done them. So before I'm going to show you the video of actually the titles on the shelves, I've got an unboxing for you. So I've got 2 bits of mail here to open for you. Me and the Debs have just come back from having a cup of coffee, an early morning cup of coffee, and it's absolutely freezing outside. Or as we would say in the northeast of England, us Geordies would say, it's bitter cold outside like. Nurse, scalpel, thank you. So there's a note in here. Hi John, this is something from Neil, Hong Kong Cinema book. Neil has sent the Hong Kong Cinema book, which is currently downstairs in my pile of books to read. It was an 8-page booklet from a special edition DVD of a movie that's in your collection. Maybe I can find a place in your collection for this extra copy that I had. Regards, Neil. Oh, wow. Very intriguing. So the booklet that Neil had sent to me is Rollerball. The James Caan Rollerball, the first ever Rollerball. Now the best thing about this is, because I've got my Rollerball edition down there, and it's a big box, this can fit in there just nicely. I have got another Arrow Blu-ray over there, but the Blu-ray won't fit this particular booklet in. But the fact that this is a larger booklet from a DVD, and that's going to definitely fit in my box, which is down there. And I'll show you how that slots in at the end of this video. So cheers, Neil. So next to this large box, see if I can get into this. Okay, so I've just had a look there. I think I know what this is, but I'm going to get it out and then see exactly what it is. Very well packaged, and also when people send some stuff over to me and they choose the very special delivery option, which is £13.74. I really do appreciate that people are sending me stuff and are putting great postage on it so that they know I'm going to get this to me in the best possible way. I do wish that Zabby would subscribe to my channel so they could see how things should be packaged. Yeah. Oh, looks like there's two. Yeah, I'll go from the top. Loads of bubble wrap here. So the first thing in here is, now I can tell that this is something that I haven't got any of, and that's Funko. I think they're called Funko Pops. Don't know what it is, so I'm trying not to look at what it is, but I know it's one of them, and hopefully you'll see it as soon as I see it. Well, at the same time. So the Funko Pop I received here is Sam from Trick or Treat. That is an amazing Funko Pop, an amazing character as well. Like I say, I don't own any of these at all. This is it? Yeah, Pop. Funko Pops? Yes, that's right. This is number 1243. Now, weirdly enough, this character, Sam, is a character that I've never ever seen the movie of. I know it's out there, and I know I've seen clips of it in the TV. So it was one of the ones that I wanted to see. So that's amazing. My first ever Funko Pop. And what a character that is as well. It's one of those characters that it's so unique, I find, Sam. I'm going to put that down there. Now, I wonder if there's a note in here. I hope there is. I know there's other things there, and I'm trying to see if there is a note there. And if this is, I'm not looking at it, but I think if I know what this is, I know who this is off. The other thing I've received is, oh my God, yes, the 4K Vinegar Syndrome, turn it the right way up, of From Beyond. This is just incredible. Vinegar Syndrome are incredible. And these slipcovers, my God, honestly, I just don't know how to explain how good they are. So this amazing 4K has come from my good friend Graham Trail. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. And I just want to thank Graham once again for getting in touch and just saying he had something to send me. I knew he was actually going to send me this, and he did mention about something else. I would have never thought to have a Funko Pop. It's just amazing to have one. So in here you get the 4K. You get 3 discs. You get the 4K. You get the Blu-ray, and you also get the Blu-ray. I would imagine they're Blu-ray extra features, I believe. Let's see if it's got a reversible art, which it has. Yeah, Graham got in touch with me and just said he'd like to send me this, and I was like, wow, you're joking, aren't you? But he said no, he'd just like to send it to me, and I just want to thank Graham once again for taking the time out to do that for me, because it's just amazing what people, the generosity of people. There's a spine for this, and there's a cover. That's a great cover, actually, and it's really well done. I mean, I've seen this cover quite a few times. This was the old VHS box one, but this one here is, I like the way it's taken up the full page, and also there's the stuff on there. I can't read that actually because I haven't got my glasses on, but I'll give you a look at that if you want to pause that and see exactly what I get in this movie. I will test this out and tell you in this video what it looks like and if the Region A Blu-ray is locked or not. But wow, these amazing slipcovers, honestly. Can't get enough of them, as you know. But so that's the foot. I mean, that's embossed, spot gloss embossing. Absolutely, just brilliant. It does say not rated on there, so I think this will probably be the extended director's cut, probably. So many thanks once again to Neil and also Graham. So stick around to the end of the video, and I'll talk more about the rollerball set and also the From Beyond 4K. Okay, so let's have a look through them shelves. So let's have an overview of shelf 1. So hopefully this won't be shaky too much. So this is just going to be a bit of a swipe across these shelves. I'm not going to go into too much detail with them. I just want you to see what I've got at the top of the shelves. Actually, this will help me no end because really I don't know, well I do know what's up here, but sometimes I can't see from just a casual glance.
So yeah, not the easiest thing to film here. I've got to say, this is quite hard on the arms. Nevertheless, it'll get easier to get down towards the bottom of the shelves. This is 8 foot tall at this point. So as you know, I used to have the big stuff at the top of these shelves, which is great actually, because you could see them a mile off when you were stood down the bottom. But unfortunately, it took the shelves away from the wall, so I had to change the way I was doing that. So that's why I put these lighter titles at the top. So these are still what I would call the regular titles, the normal Blu-rays, for want of a better word. Alphabetically for the most part. You'll see where that changes further down the line. So this regular title section has got a lot of room for expansion because, as you'll see, I've got a bit of space here, so I don't have to move these titles around too much. Although I want to keep them all in alphabetical order, of course. So in the past couple of weeks, I've been putting these all back to where I thought they should be. I had them a bit all over the place actually, and I've made sure that I can get my hands on them quite quickly. And I know that this section I've got here for regular movies, I know where most of the stuff is going to be in here. The stuff I've got which is more niche, which is a bit down the bottom where you come to 88 movies, that's coming up. And also that's got room for expansion. And I also know that on the other shelf I've got all my 4Ks on there. Oh, there's a stool. I want to watch it don't kick over that. So yeah, so when you get to the end of that particular section, I've got all the space here so I can add to that and don't have to move anything about. Now this is where I get a few collections going. I've got 007, I've got Coen Brothers, David Lynch, Jim Jarmusch, Stanley Kubrick, so I try to keep them all together. Quentin Tarantino, John Waters, I believe, yeah, some there. Also Woody Allen, got his stuff together, the Blu-ray stuff anyway. I've got DVD stuff down below. Then I get towards my music Blu-rays. You probably find some strange titles in there. You may think, what, he's got that one? But probably there's a reason behind it if there's something that's a bit strange. But generally I like most type of stuff, and I don't think I get that much music Blu-rays these days or music DVDs, because you can usually find everything like that on YouTube these days. So that's changed my buying habits. Then you get towards the sort of kiddie stuff, which is stuff that me and the wife watch actually. We used to get this with me son in mind, but obviously he's 27 now coming up, so that's not going to happen. So as you go, I've got space for that, and you'll see there I've got them things on the wall. They keep the wall kind of pinned to the wall, and they're great sort of things to have because they can keep the wall from falling over or splitting. So getting towards my favourite section, this is 88 movies coming up. This is the slasher collections. I've got the whole lot, 1 to 50. I've also got some other ones with slipcovers on. I've got the Vault series, but I haven't got them all. I don't know if I would like them all actually. And probably these days to go and get them all would be quite hard. And that's going around. The Full Moon stuff from 88 is excellent. If you ever see one title and you're just wondering what they're like, do pick them up because they're brilliant. Puppet Master, love them. Then you go some Arrow Academy there from over the other on shelf 2, because I kind of run out of space for them, so they've kind of migrated over here. I've got the Powerhouse ones there. I've also got a couple of network ones which are moving from a different shelf, and as you can see there, I've got a lot of space to go for more 88 films ones. That's the bit of the wall that got fixed, which you saw in the pictures before. Now the Italian collection from 88, spines 1 to, I'm going to say around about 70, 80, something like that. They're just brilliant. Love this one. This is probably my favourite range in my whole library. Just can't get enough of these movies. And the presentation of them is, for the most part, brilliant. Sometimes you get a bit of a letdown on one of the titles, but it doesn't really matter that much because the whole thing makes up for it in a general more than just the sum of the parts, if that makes sense. Go along there, that's more 88s, and also you've got them Fractured Visions, the 2 that I've got thus far. So this section here is from Poundland CX. These are movies that I've got, and I'm kind of thinking, do I really want them or not? I'll give them a whirl when I get round to it. And if they're good enough, they'll go into my collection. If they're not, they'll just get passed on. They were just ones that sort of appealed to us in Poundland or CX. Got them dead cheap, so it's no problem if they weren't any good. They were just sort of like, I thought I'd try them out. That's the black label ones. There's them Agfa titles. Love them titles. They're brilliant. There's a few with slip covers and a few without. They've got some great titles. Some really obscure titles for me. There's some network stuff which will probably migrate from there. Coming up to this is the martial arts section at this point. Got Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, loads of 88 stuff there. You've got the 88 Asian cinema collection. Not all of them, but just kind of the ones that I really like. And you've got some Ip Man stuff there. You've got some really good movies here. Some really violent movies as well. Some of them I haven't watched. Most of them I have watched in this. Actually, the Debs quite likes this section, believe it or not. And usually the ones that haven't tried are some extreme ones. But that should be down the line. I'm excited to see if that'll work out. A couple of blank boxes there. And going across to here, you've got the rest of the ones that I've got from Poundland, which I'll be giving a try to down the line. So back to 88. These are some of the big boxes I've got from them. They wouldn't fit on the other shelves, unfortunately, because they were just a little bit too tight. I thought, well, I'll put them in here. This is where I keep the DVDs normally. And you'll see the DVDs coming up there. Got some Arrow ones, some good old Arrow ones, some great movies that some of them are coming. I don't think Arrow have picked them up, apart from some of them. But I would like to get more of those Arrow movie drone releases. I think they're really good. Probably get them for nothing these days. And then you go across to Shameless, the Nucleus. This is just me hunching along on the bed. And these are the ones that I've got of Video Nasties. I've got some of these even on 4K, on Blu-ray and 4K, but I like the presentation of those ones, so I want to keep them. And just for nostalgic reasons, I think. These are some great movies that you probably don't find much on an upgrade these days. You probably do, but they might be like ridiculous money. Some regular DVDs that I probably wouldn't upgrade. These are that's quite fun movies actually. And some Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who. I tend to go more for Tom Baker. Actually, I'd love them Blu-ray sets, but I haven't got around to getting them yet. These will do for now. And at the end there, you've got all the Godzilla movies, the Heisei Godzilla movies, which are quite hard to get. So I've got some copies over there, which will do us until they actually get some kind of physical release in the UK. Next, you've got a good section of the original Cockney King, Danny Dyer. Yeah. I think he's a bit of a legend, actually. I mean, his movies are something else, but I just think they're great. I get such a laugh out of them. And usually they're not meant to be played for laugh. I do think he's a good character, but his movies are usually terrible, but in a good way. These are ones that got some Shane Meadows movies there. Love Shane Meadows. I mean, there's some in here that I've probably upgraded to like Blu-ray or something, but I've kept the DVDs maybe for sentimental reasons, or because, say for instance, the likes of Scum, you get that extra version on there, the one that you don't get on the Blu-ray, for instance. A couple of John Water ones there, and the rest of the Woody Allens, which I've got on DVD. So there's the music stuff. There's some strange titles in there. I think you'll agree on that, but they're there for a reason. And yeah, Elvis, can I get enough Elvis? And I've got some stand-up comedy there, and also some, on the end of there, some martial arts DVDs. TV series. You'll see that most of these are mainly comedy. I'm very rarely going for serious TV series, although I do like a couple, but not that many, if I'm honest. I just like the just really strange humour. Classic 70s comedy as well. And Ideal. If you haven't seen Ideal, you've got to see it. The twists and turns in that series is unbelievable, if I'm honest. Some Lauren Hardy there. Monty Python. Look Around You, 1 and 2. Absolutely brilliant. Married with Children, more of them in a minute. Back to martial arts DVDs. And then you come across the Vinegar Syndrome titles I've got. Now you will notice that there's one missing. I've took that out because I haven't shown that one off yet. I want it to be a surprise when you see it. Great edition of a movie. Just a great company. I put them down there because I don't really want to put them on the other shelf because I think they won't fit properly and I don't want them kind of getting knocked. Especially Roadhouse sticks out quite a bit. So I'm on the floor now. There's a full Married with Children box set. I bought the other 4, but you couldn't get any more than that. So I had to just go for the box set, which is absolutely brilliant. The more I'm watching, the more I'm enjoying it. I think I'm up to series 10 at the minute, of 11. Some classic comedy there. Office, love it. Love the American Office as well. Watched that quite a few times. There's Plebs, which are 90 VX. I'm going to fill up the end of the series off. It's a bit of a shame they're going to finish that, because I really love that series. Still game, absolutely brilliant. There's the end of the DVDs. A couple of Kung Fu ones in there, just to fill a gap. And there's the ones that are just too big to put anywhere else. So I've decided to put them in this corner. And just want them out of the way. Don't want to have them on the, like the too high up, the too heavy to put on the higher shelves. You would be surprised at how heavy some of these are, especially that Lauren Hardy one. And actually the complete Batman series there weighs a ton as well. So they're unfortunately on the floor, but I don't mind that because I know they're protected quite well.
So I'm pretty happy with the setup of these shelves at the moment. Obviously there's room for a little bit of tweaking, but in general I think that's where I'm going to keep most of the stuff for this moment. But I can move anything around. That's the beauty of these shelves. Everything's not locked in one place, most things. Okay, so the rollerball set here, which is, I have got rollerball Arrow video over there, but obviously this one will not fit in because it's a DVD size. So I've put the booklet in here. This is a great set. And I want to thank Neil D for sending this to me. And this is going to keep in my set. It's a great place to put things like this, because this is the place that these things, it's got like lots of stuff like it in this set. Just loads of stuff. So that's amazing to have that in there. Nice little sort of bonus extra for this set. So thanks once again to Neil D for giving me that to put in this amazing set. It's funny, when I'm looking at this set, it looks quite light orange there, but when I'm looking at like in real life, it's quite a dark orange. Strange that. Thanks once again, Neil. So I looked at From Beyond and also watched it the other day. And it's because this movie's been high on my watch list anyway, and I thought, yep, I'm going to have to do this. And I just put it on and watched it. It's quite an easy watch. It's only about an hour and a half. So this movie has the 4K and also has 2 Blu-rays. The Blu-rays are region locked to region A, so beware. You've got to have a multi-region player to play this. But this one will sit alongside, kind of, in the collection with the other 2. So here's the one I got off John Hall very recently. This is the unrated director's cut, which this one is as well. And it's got a lot of extras on there. And what I'm going to do is with this, I'm going to find out where the extras are in this movie. I don't know if I think there's got to be, I'm hoping there's going to be different extras on each release. I'll put that up there so you can see the extras there. Like I say, they're quite small for me to read, but what an amazing set this is. It's just absolutely, you can see that spot glossing. And also I've got this set as well, which is from Second Sight. This is a very old release. And yeah, I'm going to compare these together and see I'm going to watch the extras on here. That's the one thing I've got to do next. So what I want to do is I want to see what the extras are like on these ones, see if there's any exclusive ones on here, and I can watch all the extras in one go. So as for the picture quality on here, now this is the first time I've seen the full director's cut. And it did say on the start of this movie that it said that they're going to have to, some of the sources they had for the extra bits of like footage that go, it took it down quite a peg or two in the 4K because they're coming from a different source. And it says, but they've tried their best to keep the grading the same. And to be honest, I did notice a lot more extra gore that I've never seen before in the previous watches of this movie. And but it didn't go down too much. I was expecting it to dip quite a lot, but it didn't dip at all for me. Well, a little bit, but not too much. It never took you out of the movie. And there's some quite really good gore scenes in here that weren't available in the VHS. especially when, you know, this not to give anything away, but there's a lot of eye sucking in this one, which I've never seen before. You got the gist that it was happening, but you actually see that all happening in this movie, and it's quite brutal actually. But yeah, so the picture quality in itself is absolutely fantastic, by far the best. The main star of this movie is colours. The colours in this movie are vibrant. There's a lot of this sort of, it needs to be vibrant because a lot of like neon type of things going on it. And I'm thinking, you know, that's didn't really, it did stand out to me, but it really comes to life on this 4K. And that's one of the, obviously, you know, that's one of the benefits of 4K, the HDR. It just makes these movies come to life in that certain way and just brings out that colour palette that you don't really see in the other releases. So really interested to try and sort all these out and try and see what the definitive extras are on these discs. So I want to thank Neil D and Graham Trail once again for sending these things over to me. They're absolutely spectacular, and I can't thank you enough. So also I will be doing a shelf too. I've got a little bit more tweaking on there to do, but I think basically it's nearly where it should be. And so that should be coming up, and I'll do the same thing again. I don't know if I've got the pictures that I took for the making of Shelf 2. I think I might do, and if I have, I'll put them on along with the video. Okay, so thanks for watching. You take care, especially you, Neil and Graham, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.